Without further ado, I should introduce Tony because some of you have never joined us before for Learning with Tony, but we have Tony Rockcliffe here. He's one of our AI experts, and I'm telling you, this guy, Tony, I think that you spend more time than anyone I know checking out these tools, and we're so appreciative. And I just love how you make it so easy to understand and break it down for us. So thank you for being here, Tony.
Well, thank you so much, Jam. Okay, so in the last two webinars, we covered quite a bit about Nano Banana and then Google's Mixdown, which also uses Nano Banana. And tonight we're also going to look at two more interesting tools I found that are also using Nano Banana. And Google also announced that Nano Banana is set to launch across Notebook LM video overviews, which should make them nicer and more attractive. And it's also putting it in a bunch of its other tools. So what are we going to cover tonight? Well, we're going to cover, first of all, the strangely named Ebsynth, which claims to be Photoshop for video. And then we're going to take a look at Magic Light, which, as you probably know, most videos in AI video generation are like 10 seconds long or pretty short. Well, this tool makes 30 to 60-minute videos, which is pretty wild. Then we're going to take a look very quickly at ideogram styles, which is a feature they added that gives us some nice extra capabilities. And then we're going to take a look at Google Opal, because a lot of people have been asking about Opal. In terms of Opal, actually, let me just look in the participants. Yeah, you're right, Jam, there are some new people, so they may not know what I'm talking about when I say vibe coding. But because I was just about to say that Google is ultra simple vibe coding. It seems to be in between GPTs and real vibe coding, but we'll see a little bit later how that is. So the first thing we're going to look at is Ebsynth. And what I'm going to do first is just play a 1-minute video because one of the developers of Ebsynth explains it, or actually demonstrates it much easier than I could. So here we go.
Video from your vacation in Paris where you're eating a French baguette. But it looks too plain and you want your mom to see that you're eating your vegetables, so you'd like to turn the baguette into a nice tomato sandwich. If it was a photo, you could do the edit in Photoshop. But how do you manipulate a video like that? And that's where Ebsynth steps in. You play a video in it, and when you pause it, you can edit that frozen frame just like a photo. And when you hit play, Ebsynth propagates your changes to the rest of the video. So you're editing still frames, and Ebsynth is applying those edits to entire videos. Now, what can you actually do with that? Well, you can take a video of a duck and turn it into a dragon. Or become a living portrait in Hogwarts. You can create fictional worlds. It's up to you. Just experiment and explore ideas. You can make pretty cool stuff with very basic setups. But you don't always have to make big transformations. Ebsynth gives you enough control to do subtle video touch-ups as well, like digital makeup. And the video doesn't have to be live action. You can add more details to your animation too. Or use your own performance to bring your characters to life.
So has anybody here already seen or played with Ebsynth? You can answer in the chat if you want.
Never heard of it.
Understood. I hadn't either. But funnily enough, when I checked into it, it turns out it's actually been around for quite some time in version 1. But version 1 was complex beyond belief because you had to take your video and export every frame as a separate image and do all sorts of gyrations with it that just make it really not feasible to work with. But then just recently they came out with version 2, which is what you just saw a little bit of. And there's pluses and minuses. The plus is that it's here and it can be used and that it's free. The minus is they've only brought out one basic tutorial so far. And some of the stuff that you need to know how to do, they say they're coming out with those tutorials, but they haven't yet. So you'll see that results are a little bit, well, we'll see. Sometimes it works great first time, sometimes it doesn't. Here we are in EB Synth. So there's 4 different ways you can start. You can either load your own video here, or you can pick, or you can go here and start brand new from scratch, or you can open an existing one that you've done before and that you've saved. But we're going to take a look at pick from library, because they start with some basic starter points here that you can play with. And we're going to do just that. And we're going to see how lucky we get. So let's say we take this guy. And the basic idea is you look for a frame that is a frame that you want to use for your basic thing. And then you create a new track. And then you open up here, generate image. And this is Nano Banana. And so we could say an alien robot head and go generate. Okay. So it changed his head into a robot head. And if I click play, it'll propagate and then it'll start playing. And as he moves his head, the robot head also moves to match. You see the basic idea? Now, you'll notice there's some little glitchy things here and there where there was some motion, and they have a whole bunch of tips on what to do about that, because if the guy suddenly turned his head sharply to the left, that would cause typically a glitch. You see, what it did here is it created a keyframe at that exact point, and you just have to find the place of the glitch and create a new keyframe and give it new instructions to fix whatever it was. So let's go and go back to new and pick another one from the library. So let's take this links. Now what I'm going to try and do is find where he's looking directly at the camera. Okay, I'm going to use that as my starting point. And I'll show you a couple of different things that, actually 3 different things that you can do here. You can take a brush and you can, and this I'm not good at all, but I'm going to try and draw some dark glasses on him. And then theoretically, when he moves his head around, even though he's going from side to side, the glasses will follow. Now, if we wanted to get smarter than that, we'd start a new track and we go to Nano Banana and say, dark glasses. Now, here's one of those kind of glitchy things that I mentioned. Now, you notice when it goes over there, it really expands the dark glasses more than we would want. And that's where we have to go in. I'm not going to do it now because it takes a little time, but that's where we go in and find the place where it's worst. And we either erase this portion or we regenerate. And this is the video I'm waiting for them to bring out to explain how to do this properly. I've tried a few things, and a couple of times it worked for me and a couple of times it didn't. But actually, let me load yeah, that one worked a bit better. Not great, but a bit better. But what we can also do is we say, okay, a new track, and then we say, add a necklace of stone. So it's propagating that track. Okay, it didn't do too bad. Now I could also say, okay, each track is separate. So there's the necklace. We could say, okay, let's have that necklace fade in a little bit earlier. So we would grab track 3, which is the necklace, and move its beginning here, and then click on this little arrow here, and then we can create a fade in. So like a dissolve kind of, not a dissolve, but more of a fade. So it gradually comes in. So they're giving us various different things that we can do. I'm going to show you one more thing in here before we move on to the next tool. And this one is interesting. Let me go back to new, don't save. And I'm going to load this lion. And I'm going to find, let's see, yeah, from there. And I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to say, I'm going to go over to this generate an image, and I'm going to, instead of using Nano Banana, I'm going to use Stable Diffusion. And I'm going to say something, a beautiful painting of a sleepy lion, expressive brushstroke artwork. Generate. Now, this takes a little time. So if you want to discuss the weather or talk amongst your friends or ask questions or whatever, now would be a good time.
I'm trying to think of good use cases for this for business other than just being really fun. Have you thought of any yet while you were playing with it?
That was the next thing on my list. So far, I'm still in the, oh, this is fun stage.
Well, then let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll stay in the fun. It's just where my brain always goes. I'm like, huh.
No, you're absolutely right. It should be, once they get it better, it should be pretty good in terms of you being able to take any image and then add things to it and subtract things and change things as you need to. Because they say that they claim that anything you can do in Photoshop to an image, you can do in EBSynth to a video. I'm not sure that's 100% true yet, but it's getting there. And right now, it's basically free. So you can just experiment around and try things. And okay, it's done. So it changed the lion into a painting, right? And let's say well, actually, let me just make it. See, now the lion is moving. The painting is moving. Now, see, it's starting to glitch here. It's starting to glitch badly at the end. And what I learned was that how you fix that is you go to the place where it's really glitchy and you select it, and then you do this again, but you change this to 30%, and it then fixes that area and it does a fine polish. I'm not going to do that right now because I timed it. It was like 5 minutes or something to do it. But then again, this is a good use case for, let's say, taking this and starting out with the lion like that and having it into the painting. So like I say, it's free and you can save everything you do. And the Pro version gives you high resolution rendering and more keyframe generations, but I haven't even reached the point where I've ever run out of any because I'm still experimenting. Because I only found this thing a couple of days ago and I've been busy with other things. So I learned what I could for tonight, but we're going to move on to the next tool. And the next tool definitely has some business applications because you can create videos of much longer than that we have been able to do up to now. So let me see. Yeah, so you can do kid stories, comedy and humor, spiritual stuff, historical stuff, science exploration, educational content, short films, explainer videos, social media content, educational material, marketing videos, all sorts of different things. And it puts the whole, actually, I think the next slide might show. Yeah, it puts the whole operation of making the video into one workflow, from the script to creating the characters, to the storyboard, to the animation, to the customizing, and to the generating. Jacqueline mentions HeyGen. Yeah, HeyGen have announced that they're able to do that now, except that they're not doing videos of anything like this length. They're way shorter. You describe your story concept or upload reference materials. The AI creates a compelling narrative with perfect plot structure, which you can modify. It does the visual generation of the storyboard, and then it animates it. And it's pretty neat. Actually, that's a screen of one where you can see it. It's built a storyboard, and then you can go in and you can say, okay, change the clothes or remove something or change the expression or make her smaller or larger, change the scene type, like from above or from the side, add special effects, prompt some different information, and you can regenerate if you don't like what it came up with. So we're going to go and actually play with it. And here it is. So what I'm going to do first is just show you some quick examples of some of the things that can be done with it, just so you can get an idea.
Arav, an 8-year-old boy, went to a magical jungle with his father. His father told him to be brave and kind. In the jungle, a parrot greeted him, saying animals could talk to those with pure hearts. Monkeys invited Arav to play, but he couldn't juggle like them. His father encouraged him to practice.
And now I'm going to show you they've got sorts of different styles. They've got stuff for kids that we just saw, animal videos, sci-fi videos, horror videos, religion videos. And so let's go and look at a sci-fi one.
In the boundless expanse of the Andromeda Galaxy, a meteor streams through space, its
Now,
surface glistening with ethereal
some of
beauty.
the voiceovers are
meteor's
not great.
trajectory cuts a lonely
Some of
path
them are
through the
better than
cosmic
others.
void, its glistening surface reflecting the distant starlight. Against the backdrop of swirling galaxies, the meteor becomes a beacon of transient beauty, forever adrift in the cosmic sea. In the boundless expanse of the Milky Way's outer rim, a solitary meteor carves its path through a fiery maelstrom of cosmic debris. In a moment of stark revelation,
I'm
a
going to
colossal
jump
cargo
a
door
little
on the
bit just
meteor
to show
yawns
you
open,
some of the
hinting at the mysteries concealed
scope
within.
that it has.
Emerging from the structure, each turn leads deeper into the starship's core, a silent testament to its endless as the android moves. In a dance of metal and displays a whirlwind of complex calculations. Hail, Abyss. The ship stands as a beacon of hope, carrying dreams and destinies and connection through technology. On the observation deck of the Beyond the Horizon, passengers gather, their faces illuminated by the celestial. Group of children chase each other, their joyous screams intermingling with the gentle hum of meticulously charting control and chaos.
So
Within the Beyond the Reach, a symphony of fragrance of alien
you
blossoms.
can actually
The
build.
starship Beyond the Horizon.
This one is 15 minutes long. You can actually build long videos all in the one workflow, which is, from what I've seen, unique. Okay, so let's actually take a look at. Actually, let me just check one more.
In a sun-drenched meadow, Captain Paw stands tall, his dashing hat a symbol of his leadership. Butterflies dance and bees buzz among vibrant wildflowers. The meadow is alive with anticipation. Captain Paws rallies his team. All right, team.
All of these basically are made by members, so that's why they vary in capability and quality. But let's take a look at the different things. The story to video, which basically you've got what's called a basic script where you can put in your own script. It needs to be up to 100 words or more. Or you can go to Smart Scripts where they have all sorts of pre-built videos that are based on what's trending on TikTok or YouTube. And they show 40 million views, 45 million views, 37 million views. And then you can run the script of whatever that video is. And let me see if I've got an example here. Oh, usually they just play instantly. I guess Zoom is adding some slow, so we'll skip that for now. But the basic idea is that you can start with stories already created, and then you can go to casting, bring in your cast members. It'll create the storyboard, which I'll show you a little bit of those things in a minute. So that's the one where it's story to video. Then they got a thing called Kid Story One Click, where you just put in the quick story, and they give you some starters that you can play with, or just to give you some ideas that you can modify or change completely. Then you pick your style: Pixar, Disney, realistic, 3D cartoon, aspect ratio, English, etc. And then you can go and preview the storyboard. And I'll show you that in a different thing in a moment, so that we don't have to spend the time creating a storyboard. Then they have the AI video agent, where you actually interact with the AI and you tell it what you want it to create, and you go back and forward in a conversation and create those things. Actually, I will show you. I'm going to go to assets just to show you a couple of things. These are storyboards. So it basically creates what the voiceover is going to say, which you can edit completely. You can change the voice. You've got all sorts of different voices to choose from. You can change the speed, and you can have it regenerate the image and give a prompt saying exactly what you want if you don't like what the storyboard is doing. And it's using Nano Banana in some of the image generations. And then once you're satisfied with your different parts of your storyboard, you click Animate, and it animates those images, and you've got a choice of all the major video generators like Kling and Hailu and Seedance and Sora 2 even now, which we'll see in a second. So another one where it's a different kind of storyboard, but because you tell it what style you want your video to be in. And then the Queen's Shadow, I'll show you a little bit of this. Actually, this was actually my very first attempt, so it's really bad, as you'll see, but it'll give you an idea.
Detective White investigates a missing person case in the city. The clue points to the Queen Group, stepmother Regina's powerful
It's supposed to be Snow White brought up to date.
corporation, triggering an unsettling
But actually, I'm
sense
not even going to waste your time with it. But you can see the different parts. But it did okay, except for this, where it got really weird.
The heartbroken, she revealed Regina. The
I
Queen
have
Group
no idea what that
collapses.
was, but anyway, so that would be one where you go into the
Snow
storyboard
White
and say,
chose
no,
Jess over
no,
blood,
change
becoming
that.
alone.
Okay, so I'm going to go back. So after the video agent, you got image to video, which is Sora 2. And I just tried it as a quick experiment to see what would happen. And you just drop an image in. So I dropped the image in and I gave it the
Wall down.
I'm going to run back. I think the prompt was, the pig says I'm going to blow the wall down, and then does.
I'm going to blow this wall down.
So that's obviously not a business case, but you can imagine what you could do in a business case with it. And you could glue them all together and create your much longer video. Just go check and see if there's anything else I want to mention about. Oh, well, after you've done the animation, then you get to customize the title, the subtitle, add music, choose your aspect ratio, whether it's going to be 720 or 1080 or any of those. Oh, David Farr says, any recommendations for an AI video app that can take a short blog article and make a simple explainer video? Well, there's one tool that claims to do exactly that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it's InVideo. And no, InVideo's the good one. Yeah, it's Pictory. And Pictory does just that. It says, paste in your blog, and then it makes the video. But in my experience, it uses stock footage, and it chooses the most bizarrely inappropriate stock footage, at least 40% of the time. And so I don't like Pictory at all. I like InVideo very much. But, well, Notebook LM, Janas, that's where it will create a video.
It makes a simple explainer video.
Yeah, but I
Never
don't.
that pretty.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know about you, but I would never use any of the ones that they create at the moment, although they are saying that they're now going to be bringing Nano Banana into it. So that should make it a lot better. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to mention. Yeah, this one, unlike the previous one, which was free, this one is credit-based. So I have 12,290 credits. I bought a month of credits just to try it out and see what could be done. So that's a quick look at Magic Light. Okay, Roshi says, which gives you the most character consistency? Most definitely that last one. Magic Light is amazingly good for character consistency because you choose your character or characters, and then it maintains those characters all the way through your video. And that's one of its specialties. So you're welcome. So they have a free plan with 300 credits, which does nothing because you'll run out of them in absolutely no time. Then they have a standard plan at 12 where you get 6,000, another one here. I have an affiliate link, which you're welcome to use or ignore. And we're going to go to the next tool. It's an addition to ideogram that, Jam, you probably are very familiar with, but some of the other people might not know.
I'm excited to see how you use it, though. It's always fun.
Oh, okay. And this is definitely not a business use because I'm as much more on the artistic creative side of AI. I'm going to say the side of a woman's head. Behind her is a beautiful scene with a waterfall and magical mystical trees and a beautiful sky. And I'm going to open up realistic and then see all these style presets. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see them. You've got dramatic cinema, cartoons, halftone prints, watercolors, spotlights, all these different styles that it will apply to the image that it's creating for you. Oil painting, editorial, blueprint. So you can kind of very quickly get the exact style of image that you're going for. And I'm actually going to choose this one called double exposure. So I don't like that one. That one's a bit better. Or you can put it in the canvas and say magic fill and add things. But I'm just going to say retry. Let's say we take this one and say retry. And I could change the prompt, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to say retry. And it comes up with all sorts of different variations. So that's style. So now we're going to go and take a look at Opal. Now for something completely different. Okay, so Opal makes mini apps and how people on the web see your business. Who's brave? davidfarr.com. All right, let's see. And the steps, the way this thing is built, it's just built on an input, what to do, and an output. And that's pretty much it, except that you can do branches off in the different areas, as you'll see in a minute. So the input is what's the business? The generate is the what to do is research the business using search map, search web, get web page, and then a summary. And then it gives the summary here. David Farr offers magic entertainment services, including corporate magic shows, mentalism, and clean comedy. Wow. How cool. And an after dinner stage show. Gives some links, says who the target customers are, what David aims to provide. And customer reviews are overwhelmingly positive, praising his talent, professionalism, and engaging personality. Good for you, David. He's highly recommended entertainer for any event. Many reviewers report he was a definite hit. Motto, unforgettable magic, professional polish, your events, rockstar. So it gives us quick, simple, not very deep overview. Now, of course, you could tell it here to go deeper when you were building it, but we're actually going to build one. See, what time is it? 7:48. Yeah, we've got time. Create new, and let me go back to normal size. Create new. So let me see here. I'm just going to paste in a prompt to build this particular tool. And this one, you'll be glad to know, Jam is business oriented. So describe what you want to build. So I said, create a content idea generator, input a topic and platform, LinkedIn or Twitter or whoever, pull recent trends, then generate 5 to 10 bullet outlines and relevant hashtags, output as a formatting table with thumbnail image suggestions. So this hourglass here means it's doing it. And what it's built here is, it's called it Trend Post. It's got the input where you enter the topic, the platform, then it does some research, then it generates post ideas, and then it generates the output. And you can always add things in between, and you can click on it and change where things are going and add nodes. We are going to do one thing. We're going to say, I'm going to ask it to add export to Google Docs for easy copying. So I would just put that in here. And so you see it added export to Google Docs up there. And you can also click on stuff here and then click on this to suggest an edit to whatever the prompt is. Actually, I think this has more of a prompt here. And so you can edit the prompt to do more things, change the tone of what it's doing or whatever. But let's go back here. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to grab a topic here for a second. I'm going to say, give me ideas for a post on where AI will be in 10 years. And then it says LinkedIn or Twitter. And you could tell it for other, you could say add Instagram or TikTok or wherever you want it. And now it's off thinking. And you can see over here that it's what steps it's working on.
Tony, for some reason it's blurry to us, but we're following. But just
Oh my
if you're
goodness.
telling us to look at a specific thing to read, we probably won't be able to.
Oh, I don't know why it's blurry, because here it's crystal clear.
I thought it was my eyeballs because I've been up since like 2 a.m., but everyone said, well, a couple people agreed.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure. Oh, look at this. Oops, something went wrong. Now that's different. Last time I ran it, nothing went wrong. Try one more time. It must know that we're doing a demo.
It sure does.
Yeah, maybe it didn't like being told that it was blurry.
I think I hurt its feelings.
I wonder what would make it blurry.
I don't know.
Chris said it might be a Zoom setting on my end, but I've done like 3 webinars today and none were blurry. David says it's not too bad for him. Yeah, but you're a magician, David.
Yeah. Yeah, it was totally fine until you started showing this site. So I don't know if it's this. I don't know what it is. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it sure doesn't. Oh, look at that. Well, last time I ran it, it worked beautifully and it created exactly what it was told to, which was generated 5 to 10 post ideas, and it listed them out and put them in columns with attention grab. Oh, here we go. Social media post ideas.
Oh, there it is.
Is AGI coming sooner than we think? Your job in 2035, collaborating, not competing with AI. Healthcare in 2035, AI's life-changing revolution. Ethical AI, building trust in a hyper-intelligent world by 2035. Your day in 2035, seamless AI integration from home to office. The compressed 21st century, how AI will accelerate innovation. So it's actually given us more than 5, which is, yeah, we said 5 to 10. So it's given us 8. And let's see there, it's given the content outline with the bullet points, although they're not bullets, they're dashes, and it's given the hashtags. And there's also another column that, let's see if we can see, yeah. There's the column where, I guess this is all blurry for you guys, but this is suggested thumbnails. So you get the idea that in vibe coding terms, it's pretty basic, but you can build all sorts of little useful apps for yourself, particularly since it's in the Google world. So you can tell it to go and connect to Google Docs or Google Sheets or Google Email or whatever, and build little apps that do things that you might need. And it's currently free. And you can build different versions for different platforms. And I'm just going to look and see the chat, see if there's any questions.
Tony, just so you know, I was trying this along with you and I'm so excited about it. I've been poking with it, playing with it a little bit for the past week, but it's slow. It's not, there's something going on with this platform tonight.
It's blurry for one.
Blurry for one, but then also loading.
Interesting.
When you try to do stuff.
What kinds of things are you looking to build with it?
I was just playing with the try now templates below. I clicked on the video marketer that's loading, and then I clicked on the social media one as well.
Okay. Yeah, I tried the, oh yeah, that's right. I tried the video marketer one and it failed.
Oh yeah.
And Jam, do you know the answer to Roshi's question there? Because I don't.
Let me see here. Which way? Which Build AI Studio are you talking about? Let's see.
Oh, she's talking about in Google AI Studio. I'll show you. There's a section, but I don't know.
Oh, that one.
Yes. I wonder if this will be blurry as well.
You know what? I haven't played much with Google AI Studio. I've been stuck in Vertex AI on Google and I hate it. So I'm not going to talk about it ever again.
What is it doing? Oh, it suddenly went white. She's talking about build here, where you can build apps with Gemini. And I don't know if they're using the same technology as Opal or not. I haven't actually tried it. Have you, Jam?
No, I have not. No.
Have you, Roshi's?
Yeah, I've done a few with the AI Studio one that I really like it for my purposes because it's more creative type of thing as opposed to wording like language type of thing. But Opal, I think I tried a long time ago and I wasn't able to achieve what I wanted. So, but I see now that they have like the gallery, they have a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm going to try it. I don't know. I'm into more visual type of thing. So that's what my app is going to be used for, to generate things more on autopilot as opposed to playing around on doing. Once I figure something, I want to make it that it does it automatically.
Yeah.
Don't spend my time anymore.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
I see a number of differences. Yes, it's definitely more visual, which is good. And it shows you the code here. And the main difference is in the other one, you can build the different sections and move them around and that kind of stuff. This makes it easier, I think, for what you're talking about.
Yeah, build is a lot easier, even for someone like me who doesn't know any code or any like that stuff. It once you talk with the interface, it does do a lot of stuff unless you want to. That's why I was originally asking about GitHub, because I can download the app, put it in GitHub, and it appears for the data of the visual stuff. Like I told it to do certain things and it says, yes, it's going to be doing this and this. But when it goes to do this and this, there is no like a data in its background because the person who created it or whomever created it did not have those things in it. So I'm thinking if I download it into GitHub, I can connect my own missing database, if you know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
The visual database.
Great. That's very good information. And they all have different pluses and minuses. And I had a very interesting experience this afternoon with a client because we were trying to build that thing I mentioned before where we could get the diagnoses and get all the things that you should do to help with that. And I tried it in Lovable and I tried it in Mocha. And Lovable completely failed. Really surprised me because Lovable has been great recently for me, but it completely failed. went into Mocha, and Mocha just did it with nothing. I mean, it just went ahead, everything we asked it to do. It said, absolutely, I can do that. And it did. It was like night and day.
Yeah, I'm starting to play with Mocha ever since you mentioned it. I missed that one, but Jam mentioned it as well, and I saw that, and she shared a link and duplicate the stuff. I went in there, and of course, I started playing with my own stuff.
Yeah, the one where I show Mocha is in the classroom, so you can check out the section on Mocha. But I'm very impressed with it. And actually, I've started a dialogue with the developers, and they're very nice people.
Yeah, I think Jam is going to bring Nick on board.
Oh, good. Really, Nicholas? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to do one of our sessions because a bunch of people had questions about security and other features and functionality. So he volunteered to come chat with us.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so that's what I was covering tonight.
Thank you, Tony. This is awesome. Again, just learning so much. I'm like, okay, where can I put 3 more hours in my calendar to learn Opal and play with these videos too. They're so cool. And thank you everybody for joining, and thanks for being so active in our community. It's been really fun to see people post their questions and help each other out, and keep it going. And we will see you Friday for AI tools and accountability.
Awesome.
All right. Have a good
Thank you for all the nice comments in the chat.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony. Great job.
Thank you. See you Friday or Thursday. Oh, no, that's right. Friday. Yeah.
Friday. See you Friday.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.